scale of this whole oil and gas industry. We're going to need 30 or 40 companies the size of Royal Dutch Shell doing this work in order to get it done. And one of the things that I'm working on with Bill and with Matt is something called the New Carbon Economy Consortium. And it's actually a joint effort between the Center for Carbon Removal, Arizona State, and the Energy Futures Initiative to create exactly what we talked about. A whole new economy that is built on knowledge that we don't have, that is built on technology that we don't have, that is built on policy and economics we don't have. We need whole new fields of discipline to hit that kind of scale. But there's nothing in the laws of physics or chemistry that say we can't do this. It is simply a question of capital allocation, innovation, and getting on with the work.
We are right now making more CO2 than we worldwide than we dig up sand and gravel. So that just sets the scale. So we will end up depositing some on the ground, but then that gives value to actually doing something useful with it. So it's great to combine that all into one thing.
When we sort of look at what the world decided it wanted to do in 2015, which is to try to keep the climate at 2 degrees centigrade, cap, we begin thinking about, well, how much carbon can we continue to put up in the air? And the answer is, as long as we take it back, we can put carbon up, right? So if we start thinking about carbon can be used, but we have to recycle it and reuse it in the same way that we think about reusing and recycling glass or aluminum and things like that, then all of a sudden we have an industry that we can think about. Wrigley Institute is focused on sustainability, and when we think about sustainability, it's all about how do we actually work within the constructs of the planet so we can leave the planet at least as good as we found it when we passed it off to the next generation. And it's even better if we can leave the planet in a better condition than with the next generation.
Getting carbon out of the atmosphere is an imperative for meeting climate change. We know that wind, solar, and electric vehicles and those sorts of existing technologies are good for getting us to carbon neutral. But climate science says that getting to neutral is no longer enough. So that's why we need to take existing carbon out of the atmosphere. We call that negative emissions. Now there's lots of ways to do that. One way was through direct air capture.
I have a particular sorbent material which has the feature that if it's dry, it really picks up CO2 and it dries out in the atmosphere, loads up with CO2, then you make it wet and it gives it all back. So the other big difference is you saw, and there's a big box with large blowers. Our philosophy is more like windmills.